Hello everybody. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new. My name is Tamara. We are back again with some weekly meal prep. Y'all know how much I love doing this every single week, just setting myself up, getting a few things prepped just to help me out in the kitchen. That way I'm not as stressed. We're also going to be making a fun homemade sweet treat, so make sure you stay tuned. I'm going to go ahead and get some bacon going in the oven. I love having this ready to go in the fridge. It's easy for me to grab out for breakfast sandwiches, or I can add it into lunches or even suppers. I'm also going to go ahead and do some hard-boiled eggs this week. Now, I divide them out and do like snack boxes, but instead I plan on making egg salad out of this in a couple days. So I just hard-boiled them and then I just put them in the fridge with the peeling on, and I can do something with them later. For my weekly lunch prep for this week, I decided to do some mini, like barbecue style chicken meatloafs. I do not have a recipe for this. I'm doing it kind of just like I do a traditional meatloaf, but instead of ground beef, I'm just substituting out for this ground chicken. I had this ground chicken in the freezer and I definitely needed to use it up. It had been in there for a while. I like to do 1 egg per pound of meat, and then I just added in some breadcrumbs, and then I chose to do some barbecue seasoning in the mix, and then I just mixed it all together, formed it into balls. This made 3 decent size meatloaf size balls for me, and then I just used what veggies I had already in the freezer. I had some, like a half a pack of green beans, and then I had about a fourth of a pack of frozen sweet potatoes, and so I just added that on with this, and so this made a super cheap cleaning out the freezer meal prep, and it's healthy for me to have these meals ready to go in the fridge. And I really like doing this because it's easier for me just to grab this out, and say I make something for supper one night and I don't want to eat it, then I can have one of these as well and pull this out instead. So that way this is good for me to have, so I can make better and healthier choices. Just put it at like 350 and just cooked it for about 20 to 30 minutes. I just made sure that the chicken was cooked all the way through. Internal temperature needs to be 165. While that's in the oven, I'm going to go ahead and start on a Dutch oven loaf of bread. Y'all know how much I love doing these. This is my favorite style bread. I will make sure to have the recipe that I am following linked down below. Now for this one, I've decided to do a like garlic and herb theme. So I'm going to let it sit as is for a couple hours, and then about an hour until I'm going to bake it. I'm going to add in some minced garlic, and I'm going to add in some Italian seasoning. Now we're going to get our fruit cut up for the week. Y'all already know watermelon is a go-to for us in the summer. And it's so funny because I hate that watermelon is such a hit or miss if it's going to be good or not. Like, I've tried all the tricks, you know, the way it looks with the bottom a certain way, or the, you know, the rind a certain color. I've tried all those tricks, and it's really still a hit or miss if the watermelon is super sweet or not. Last year we lucked up and got some really good ones from the local Amish, and as soon as they come in, I'm definitely going to start getting some, because those were really, really good last year. And let's hope that they were still going to be just as good this year as they were last year, because melons is just one of those things you really do not know. And I feel like it's that way with any melons. The cantaloupe, watermelon, any of that stuff. Now that my lunch prep is done, I'm just going to let it sit and let it completely cool, and then we will divide it up into my containers. So I have to say that this is really, really good. I have already ate one of these so far this week, and I will definitely be making this again and having it for a weekly meal prep, because it was so good. I really wasn't sure about the chicken meatloaf, but I will definitely be making these again. And then as I heated it up, I just added a little bit more barbecue sauce on top of the meatloafs, and so good. Now I'm going to go ahead and get started on our lemonade. Y'all know this is a weekly staple through the summer months, and especially goes fast, especially if we have company coming over. But I just use the same 2 lemons, and then I just refill it with more water, more sugar, and then a little bit of that lemonade mix. And those lemons normally last me about 2 to 3 times to refill, and then the lemons start breaking down, and you need to do fresh lemons. For our sweet treat for the week, Winston and I decided to make some homemade ice cream. Now this is funny because Luke bought me an ice cream machine about 7 years ago, and I have never used it. So I had everything on hand, so I was like, you know what, I'm finally going to do it. I'm finally going to make some homemade ice cream after 7 years. And he said it is about time. But I found a no-cook recipe, and y'all, it was delicious. I made sure to save it on my Pinterest board, because I will definitely be making it again. You can add anything and everything to this. We just kept it basic and did vanilla, but this was so, so good. It was super creamy, and I will make sure to have the recipe linked down below for you guys. But we're just going to go ahead and mix everything together. That is an 8-cup measuring cup right there. You're going to add in your sugar, evaporated milk, sweetened condensed milk, a little bit of salt, some vanilla, and then the only thing with that recipe I didn't understand unless I looked over it, but I read it like 4 times and I could not figure out how much milk to use. It just said add milk to fill line. Well, my ice cream machine does not have a like max fill line, so I didn't know how much to add. So before adding in the milk, it ended up being like almost 6 cups of liquid. So we ended up just filling it up to the 8-cup line, and so that's how much milk I put. I put 2 cups of milk in with these other ingredients, and then I added it into the ice cream machine base. I'm about 2 cupfuls of that. Oh, it's okay. It's okay.
It comes out fast. still going on?
Yeah, it's okay.
Oh, sorry.
It's alright.
Wow, that comes out very fast.
Was that just one?
Yeah.
Okay, do it very slow. Okay.
I thought that'd be very easy.
It's okay. Go wash your hands and then you can come back.
Oh my god.
All good.
Just an accident.
Yep, just an accident.
I'm sorry.
So after making this for the first time, y'all, this was so easy. And I told him that. I said, I don't know why it took me so long to make homemade ice cream because this was so easy. He just looked at me. He was like, really? You waited 7 years? And it was so easy. So it is. It really is easy. I don't know if I was just intimidated by the machine or what, but picking a no-cook recipe made it super, super easy. You just dump everything together, mix it together, and then you dump it in the center. Make sure that centerpiece that is frozen, I had put it in the freezer. And then we're just going to layer in the ice and the rock salt around it, and it only took about 2.5 to 3 hours to mix, and it was so good, delicious, soft serve. And I put the leftovers in a container and put it in the freezer, and we pulled it out the next day, and it was still super soft and creamy. This was such a good recipe, you guys. My dough has been sitting for about 3 hours. I'm going to go ahead and add in my minced garlic and add in my dry Italian seasoning and get that mixed in. I did add a little bit of flour because it was sticky. I'm just going to mix that in good, and then I'm going to put the lid back on it and just let it sit again for about another hour. And then I'll go ahead and get the oven ready, get the Dutch oven in there, and then we'll just get it shaped and get it baked. I wish there was like smell vision because the smell of this bread was absolutely delicious. Adding in the garlic and the herb, it just smelled so good. It was super tasty. I really hope you guys enjoyed today's video. I hope it gave you some motivation to get some stuff prepped and ready to go for the week. That way you help yourself out. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next one. Bye, guys.